Welcome to my kitchen. I'm Marie. Today I want to show you 5 different ways to cook green beans. Each method produces a different texture in the beans, from tender to crunchy, to crispy to bounce in your mouth crispy. They are all simple to prepare, so let's get started. These green beans have been rinsed thoroughly in tap water and patted dry with a kitchen towel. Each part has a stem and a tail. The pointed tail is soft and edible. The stem is hard and must be snapped off like this. A quicker way is to grab a handful, line up the stems in one direction, and cut them off in one go. Then cut them into bite-sized pieces. These beans are now ready to use, so let's begin cooking. Method number 1 is steaming, which is the healthiest way to cook green beans. Fill a pot with water, but only to just below a metal rack so that boiling water is not touching the food. Then place a steamer on the rack. On medium-high heat, bring the water to a boil. Now put the green beans in the steamer. Cover the pot and steam for 3 minutes. After that, turn off the heat before removing the beans. We'll season them with salt, pepper, and a teaspoon of olive oil. There you have it, delicious tender steamed beans. Method number 2 is blanching. Blanched green beans are perfect for salad. On medium-high heat, we'll bring about 1 liter of water, which is roughly 1 quart, to a boil. Drop in the green beans and cook for 2 minutes. Then remove the beans from the hot water and plunge them into chill water for about 2 to 3 minutes to stop the cooking process. After that, transfer them to a salad bowl. Next, we'll put together the salad with homemade dressing. We'll add some shredded carrots for color, then add about a teaspoon of chopped garlic, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of sugar, 2 tablespoons of vinegar, and a teaspoon of olive oil. Mix everything together and set aside for 10 minutes before serving. Here we have a crunchy green bean salad. Method number 3 is sauteing. This gives the beans a richer flavor and crunchiness. For our sauteing recipe, we'll use garlic and shallots to spice up the beans. We'll French cut them for a different texture. There are 3 ways to French cut beans. Make a stretch cut downward, cut along the length of the pot, or cut diagonally. They all make the beans thinner so they cook faster. To prepare the shallot, slice off the top and bottom. Then cut it in half lengthwise and peel off the skin. Lay it flat on the cutting board and slice vertically. We'll use a sauté pan that has a large surface area to avoid crowding the beans. On medium-high heat, pour in 1 tablespoon of olive oil. Add the garlic, followed by the green beans. We don't need to wait for the garlic to turn brown first. The dry heat in the pan will continue to sear it along with the beans. Stir or shake the pan regularly so that the food cooks evenly. After sauteing for about 2 minutes, add the shallots. We'll continue to cook until everything is slightly seared, about 5 minutes. Before plating, season with salt and pepper. And here we are, crunchy sauteed green beans. Method number 4 is stir frying. It uses a higher heat than sauteing for a more flavorful and crispy dish. For this recipe, we are going to use 450 grams of green beans, which is 1 pound, and 225 grams, which is half a pound of ground pork. For an aromatic, we'll use garlic, then oyster sauce and sesame oil for seasoning. Turn the stove to medium-high and add 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil. When the oil is hot, put in the garlic. We'll cook it until it's fragrant, then add the ground pork. Stir and break up any crumbs. After 2 minutes, the meat will begin to turn brown. We'll then put in the green beans. Stir and mix everything well. We'll sprinkle the dish with a dash of salt and then add the oyster sauce. Give it a good stir. At this point, pour in a bit of water, but only enough to generate some steam to help thoroughly cook the meat. You should also use a lid to help regulate the cooking process, covering and uncovering a few times. That way, the steam helps the cooking along without making the beans too soft. With the meat in the dish, the total cooking time should be around 7 minutes. Before dishing, season the dish with 1 teaspoon of sesame oil. These stir-fried green beans will be crispy outside and juicy and tender inside. Method number 5 is deep frying. This gives the beans the most crispy texture of all. Pour 1 liter of vegetable oil, which is about 1 quart, into a pot. Using medium to high heat, bring the oil to 165 degrees Celsius, which is 325 Fahrenheit. If a thermometer isn't handy, we can test the temperature by dipping into the oil the moistened end of a wooden chopstick. The tip sizzles if the oil is hot enough for deep frying. For this method, we'll cook the whole bean without cutting it. Just drop the beans into the hot oil and fry them for about 2 minutes. Then we'll dish them out onto paper towels to absorb the grease before transferring to a plate. Finally, season them with salt and pepper. And there you have it, crispy fried green beans. So, those are my 5 methods of cooking green beans. I hope you try them all and find the one that most suits your taste. Thank you for joining me today, and be sure to check back for more recipe ideas. Happy cooking!